Hello friends, in cognitive psychology we are going to study about the personality today. What is personality? Actually this word has come from Greek Latin language persona. Persona means in English mask. There is one more word perseuna, sound through is the meaning in English. Let me tell you some background of personality word. This word, which has come from Greek Latin language, Greek orators were there who used to have the live drama on the stage. That time, to make the audience feel the role of that personality, they have to make them forget who they are originally. So, they started wearing the mask on their face of the role which they are going to play. But then afterwards they thought that this is also not bringing the 100% effect on the audience of the role which they are going to play. So they started wearing the clothes and costumes of the role which they are going to play. That really brought the effect on the audience, and audience forgot the original identity of that person, and they started perceiving the personality of the role which they are playing. So, how it is defined, personality? Personality according to omnibus definition, he says that personality is sum total of dash dash dash. What does that mean? It means that whatever we think about some adjectives of that person, when we want to describe that person, all those words included in the personality. For example, when we say that that person is having very good personality, means what? Maybe you are referring to intelligence, maybe you are referring to his walks, maybe you are referring to his looks, maybe you are referring to his kindness, or all those attributes what you are thinking about. Make some circle of all that, that is his personality. So very simple definition given by Omnibus. There are various definitions about the personality, but let us go a little bit ahead in understanding what are the theories of personality. There are two types of theories. One, type theories, and second is trait theories. Type theory is given by Hippocrates. Hippocrates was the first person to refer personality or temperament is related to the fluid which are present in our body. He was the first person to relate biology with psychology. What type of fluids we have in our body is related to what we are mentally. So let us understand what Hippocrates has to say. He has divided four people in four types of fluids. The first one is blood. Blood refers to the sanguine nature. He termed as. What is sanguine? Sanguine is a person who is having very cheerful personality, who is very happy-go-lucky person, who is very social person. Second fluid is referred to as phlegm, that is known as phlegmatic type. Phlegmatic type person is very appetite or sluggish person. Whereas the third fluid which is present in our body is a black bile. Black bile is referred to the melancholic personality. Melancholic type of person is very sad, very depressive, having negative thinking. And the fourth type of a fluid is yellow bile. Yellow bile is referred to a choleric personality, a person who is having very irritable person or very excited person, such type of a personality he is having. That is the concept of Hippocrates. Many people rejected his thinking, but Krishna was the person who took over his concept and accepted and supported his theory. And then another person whose name is Sheldon, he also supported the Hippocrates theory, and he has also given three types of personality types. When you look at the person, the physique, how a person looks, according to that he is having temperament. So he divided people into three types, that is endomorph, mesomorph and ectomorph. Endomorph is having a look of that person who is very short in height and little bit round or fat type of a person. And his temperament is, he is very happy-go-lucky, he is very social, he is very talkative, he enjoys picnics, such type of a personality he is having. Second one is mesomorph. Mesomorph is having a well-built physique and they are very muscular and they are having the temperament, like they are very much work-oriented, they are task-oriented people. Whereas ectomorph is having the look that the person is very tall, the person is very thin, and he is having the temperament like very reserved person, very shy person, withdrawal person from the society, having very less contact with others. Another psychologist whose name is Carl Jung, he has also divided and classified people into two types of categories. One is introvert and another one is extrovert. Introvert people, they are very shy people. They are very reserved people. They are not social. They are having very few friends and they are having very few social contacts. They are very intelligent. At the same time, they are away from the people. Whereas extrovert people, they are very happy-go-lucky people. They are very talkative people. They are having many friends. They are very good in social networking. These are the type theories given by Hippocrates, Sheldon and Carl Jung. Let us go to the trait theories. What is trait? Trait is a unique characteristics of every person. Every human being has certain traits. They are inborn. They are adjectives or characteristics of one's behavior. They are innate. They are attributes of human personality. So we are going to study the trait theories. There are various people, psychologists, they have given their trait theory. The first theory which we are going to study is about Jordan Allport. Jordan Allport in 1897 to 1967, he has given dispositional theory of personality. According to him, human being, they are having two types of traits. One is common traits. They are shared by all. Like for example, a person is having a trait like helpfulness or altruism trait. It is given by, shown by everyone. Maybe the degree of altruism is different. Some people, they may have more altruistic behavior. Some people, they may have less altruistic behavior. Degrees may vary, but most of the people, they have a helping nature, that is called common traits. Whereas some are individual traits. They are unique to that person. That is special to that person. These individual traits further divided into three types. One is cardinal trait. Cardinal trait, they dominate human behavior. They are special traits. Like for example, you can talk about Mother Teresa. Mother Teresa, the nature what she is having is helping people out of way. That has shaped her behavior. Or Mahatma Gandhi ji, he was also having cardinal trait of non-violence. Second trait is known as central trait. Central traits are those traits where we have the common unique characteristics about our hair, about our behavior, about the uniqueness of being very friendly, etc. Whereas secondary traits is a third type, which is again individual trait, that is our preferences. What I like, for example, I like painting, whereas someone else may like stitching, someone else may like cooking, someone else may like cricket. So that is their secondary traits which has a preferences in eating, in playing, in doing a task or doing a work. That is the concept of Jordan Allport about the trait theory. Whereas second theory is given by Raymond Cattell. In 1905 to 1998, he has given a trait theory. But trait theory, he has reduced 4,500 traits to 171. He categorized the traits into the groups, and that is what is he has done in factor analysis method from statistics. He generated 16 dimensions of human personality, and therefore he developed personality assessment test which is known as 16PF test. He also gave the formula R is equal to F into bracket S and P. What is that? R for response. Response is equal to factor multiplied by stimulus and personality. That is, our response or our behavior is a result of the factor which is interacting with environmental stimulus and internal aspect of our personality. That was a concept given by Raymond Cattell. Whereas the third theory is given by Hans Ising in 1916 to 1997. He has given three-factor theory. He has given extrovert versus introvert, that is social versus alone. Extroverts are social, introverts are alone. Second point he has given is neuroticism versus stability, that is anxious versus stable. Neuroticism is a anxious and stable is a stability. Whereas third factor in it is psychoanalytic versus socialization, where anti society and cooperative person. That is what the Hans Ising has given the theory about trait theory about the personality. Whereas one more theory is given, that is Big Five model, which is also known as OCEAN, OCEAN. That is the 5 traits of human. O stands for openness, C stands for consciousness, E stands for extraversion, A stands for agreeableness, and N stands for neuroticism. That is OCEAN. Now we will try to understand how this trait theory speaks about. We will understand first characteristics, then we will understand the relevancy, and then we will understand the application of each trait. Let us take the first trait, that is openness. Openness people, they are very intellectual, they are very imaginary, they are very creative, and their relevancy is that they are very creative people. They are having novel ideas with them, and they apply it in the workplace at enhanced leadership, and they are more adaptable to the environment. Second characteristics or trait is consciousness. Consciousness people, they are very self-disciplined. They are very well organized people. They are very well planned people, and their relevancy is that they are better organized than planned. Whereas they are also having enhanced leadership, and they are having higher performance. The third trait is extroversion. They are very energetic people. They are very positive, having positive emotions. They are very social. They are very talkative, and they are having better interpersonal skill, and they are emotionally very expressive. Whereas they also have higher performance. They also feel very satisfied in their job. They are also feel happy and satisfied in their life. Whereas agreeableness, who is the second last trait, that is these people are very cooperative. They are conformers. They like to conform to the rules and regulations, and they are liked by other people. their performance is also higher. Neuroticism people, they are very unpleasant. Emotionally, they are not very calm. They are having negative thinking a lot, and that is why they are not happy in their life. These are the various trait theories which we have. Let us come to the, can we assess the personality? Yes, we can assess the personality. There are certain techniques in psychology which help us to assess the personality. And what are those? The first one is interviews. Interview is the oldest method in psychology, and interview is divided into 4 types of interview. First is structured interview, second is unstructured interview, third one is stress interview, and fourth one is exhaustive interview. These are the types of interview which are planned interview. For example, structured interview is generally planned interview. When we see the interviews on the television, in 15 minutes they are asking the questions. So questions are already planned, structured. The order of the question is also structured. And then we ask the question and maximum information we try to take it. That is called structured interviews. Unstructured interviews are casual interviews. There nothing is planned, just you go in the environment, ask the question and collect the opinion of the people. Stress interview, it is the interview where the candidate is given the stress and then the candidate is made relaxed. Whereas exhaustive interview, many things are asked, many questions from different interviewers are asked, and the subject is supposed to, interviewee is supposed to answer those questions, which is very oldest technique of psychology, and it is used till today. Second type of assessment method, which is called technique, that is known as projective technique and T.A.T. technique. What is projective technique? Projective technique is given by Rorschach. Rorschach is the name of the psychologist, and he has given this technique. He has prepared 10 cards. On that 10 cards there is a ink blot, and that is presented one by one to the subject, and we ask the subject, what can you see on this card? Very simple technique, and very simple question is asked to the subject, and subject starts speaking about what he can see in this ambiguous and unstructured picture. But unknowingly, he is giving out all his personality characteristics to the psychologist. That is the beauty of this technique, that the subject do not realize that he is giving away his personality characteristics. So in 10 cards, he tells much about himself, and then we assess his all responses. Scoring is very difficult, but it can be assessed. That is called projective techniques. The idea in this technique is that human being projects all his thoughts, feelings, behaviors, his assertiveness, everything on that picture which do not have meaning, which is ambiguous, which is unstructured, but he speaks about himself. T.A.T. is part of projective technique. That is also a type of a projective technique, but T.A.T. is known as thematic perception test given by Murray. In this test, there are 20 cards. On 19 card, there is some meaningful pictures are given, and 20th card is kept blank. The child is supposed to write a story about the picture. The child actually do not write a story about the picture, but the child writes the story about his own self. He imagines himself as one of the characteristics from that story or from that picture, and he writes about himself, and then the psychologist analyze what is the child's personality. One card is left blank in case if the child wants to say something which has not been covered in 19 cards, then he can draw a picture and write a story about that. That is another very good technique of understanding the children's personality. Another assessment of personality is done by test. 16 PF test. As I told you that Cattle, he has given factor analysis method, by through that he has given 16 dimensions of human personality. That is 16 PF test. It is already available in the psychology laboratory. One can take from there and give it to the subject, and we can come to know what type of a personality he is having. Another test is MMPI, Minnesota Multiple Personality Inventory. Minnesota is the name of the university. Multiple Personality Inventory. Number of questions are given in this test, and the subject has to answer these questions. And from there we can find it out what type of personality this person is having. One more technique is there, that is known as self-report technique. You ask question to yourself, what do you think about yourself? Writing about your own attributes, writing about your own characteristics, and analyzing that. That is also known as self-report technique. One more technique we have called rating scale, where the number of statements or number of questions are given and options are given for the answer, whether yes, no, or undecided. There are 3-point scale, like yes, no, undecided. This is 3-point scale. 2-point scale is yes, no. There are 5-point scale, strongly agree, undecided, disagree, strongly disagree. So there are number of scales are there in rating scale given by Deckard, and we can answer it and tick mark it, and we can assess the human's personality. Topic of personality will be continued. The theories of personality will be in the second part of my video. So please stay tuned. Thank you.